Club. They scored 35 points in the fourth quarter. You know, when that happens and game's tight at the end, what do you tell your guys afterwards? Or are you just happy just to escape with a win?
No, they shot 42 from the field tonight, 31 from three. I mean, it's not just about the fourth quarter. It's 48 minutes. So I didn't think it's going to be an easy game. There is no easy game in the NBA. Every team has talent. Every team has pride. So, you know, yes, 35 points is not what they want. They were down. They got very aggressive. And obviously you want better fourth quarter defense. But we haven't held an opponent to 42% in a long time. We haven't held an opponent to 31 from three in a long time. So if you minimize the turnovers, 18 points, you make your free throws, and you make some open threes, this is not a 4-point game. You know, it's easily a double-figure game. But, you know, give Charlotte a lot of credit. You know, they came in here and threw everything at us, and, you know, we were able to get the win.
Do you find yourself still searching for ways to describe what Nikola's doing?
I had no idea he had 27 rebounds. I knew he had a lot of rebounds, but I haven't seen that number very often. And Nick was telling me that, I guess, first time since Wilt in 1968, a player's had 35-plus, 25-plus boards and 10 assists. So 50 from the field. I mean, what he does is just amazing every night. So just really thankful he's wearing a Nuggets uniform.
Times it feels like when you have to go back to Nikola at times, and you wanted him out there as much as possible tonight. You got him 40 minutes. Was this just one of those games where you were going to say, we had to get a win, I need to get Nikola back out there again?
Well, just our bench wasn't giving us anything, and that's really what it was. I mean, end of the first quarter, start of the second quarter was a 13-0 run. I mean, start of the fourth quarter was a 6-0 run. They called a timeout. You know, a double-figure lead is dwindling down to 6 points. So, obviously, you know, when you're coming off the bench, you have an obligation. You know, I know guys get pissed off when they come out of a game. Well, if you're playing better, you're not coming out of the game. Simply stated. I can't afford to watch a 13-0 run and sit there and do nothing about it. So, yeah, the luxury of having Nikola Jokic is when things go sideways or things aren't going our way, I know I can get him back in the game and he's going to settle us down. And that's what happened tonight.
That second quarter run, KCP's flying around and making plays, Bruce is flying around making plays. That seemed like the type of defense that you were hoping to see from having Aaron and Bruce and KCP this season. Is that promising that you got that level of engagement that translated into points too? Yeah,
I mean, 20 fast break points, obviously. And I think it's a really important point, obviously, getting Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, adding Bruce Brown, you know, having a healthy Aaron Gordon, getting Jamal back. Like, there's no way in hell we should be 28th in defensive efficiency. That's just the bottom line. Like, you can't tell me that in my 8 years in Denver, this is our worst defensive team. No one can ever convince me of that. And, you know, so that's where I got to continue to find ways to help these guys, but also realize that it's a lot of new faces out there, taking time to maybe get adjusted, get adapted. But that was a great way to close that second quarter. I don't know, it was 17-5, whatever it was. And we closed by getting stops, to your point, Matt, and that fueled our offense. And I think that is a snapshot of who we need to be, because when we played that way, we're really effective and tough to beat.
Coach, during the game in the moment, how much are you aware that you're watching a performance that has been duplicated since 1968, if at all?
Not at all. You know, I know he's a hell of a player. I know the shots that he makes, especially when Nikola makes threes, 2 for 4 tonight. Like, when he makes threes, I think he becomes a completely different animal. Like, really unguardable, and he's almost unguardable every night. But that adds just a whole totally different part to the game. It really stretches the defense out. But I didn't know it was a 40, 27, and 10 night, but I knew that he was having just another Nikola Jokic stellar performance, efficient, and it's not just about Nikola, his ability to make every one of his teammates better, make the right read. We'll draw up a play for Nikola to catch it at the nail. He attracts such a crowd. Guys move without it, and he finds guys for layups or open threes. And, you know, obviously we got to do a better job of knocking down our shots, but I think last 5 games we were last in 3-point attempts. You know, so we did a little bit better job tonight with 33. But, yeah, you know, Nikola is a generational talent.
Coach, Jamal had 11 assists tonight, but he seemed to struggle as a shooter, and he had a couple turnovers late. What did you see from his performance, and where do you think he's at? Is he still searching a little bit for that rhythm?
Well, I don't want to go into great detail, but I give Jamal Murray a ton of credit for battling through tonight. He was not feeling great. His knee was not feeling great. And we started off the game saying, let's see how you feel to start. If it's not going well, you don't feel right, we can get you out. And it's a long season. He started the game. I didn't think he was moving great. First time out, I talked to him, pulled him to the side. He said, no, I want to battle through it. Let me keep playing. And so, yeah, you can look at the 2-11 from the field, 0-6 from 3. I give him a ton of credit. Like, we don't win this game without him. 11 assists, 3 turnovers is an unbelievable ratio. I know he's going to be really hard on himself for not making threes and missing a couple of key free throws, but I think people don't understand how tough Jamal is, both mentally and physically. He's able to play through things that a lot of guys aren't able to. So he's a tough kid, man, and I have a lot of respect and love for him.
Do you think the bench's problems are about the talent that's available, the combination of talent, or is it execution?
Well, I think it's probably, I would have to watch the film tonight. But let's be honest, it's not the first night the bench has been a concern. And obviously we try to get Jamal with that group to try to steady that ship a little bit. And I guess the biggest challenge is, for me, so if you're not scoring, all right, shots may not go down if you generate good shots. But if you're not scoring, you got to get stops. It can't be you're not scoring and you're not getting stops. And that's what I felt like it was tonight. So, and it's not just on them. I never want to be that guy or that coach that says, I'm the head coach. I have to, 29 games I think it is now, I have to find a way to help that group. And it's just as much my fault as well as it is the 5 guys on the floor. It's collective, man. We all got to find a way to be better, because it seems like every night, get off to a decent start, end of that first quarter, we're all like, what's going to happen? And that's a really tough way to play for those guys, tough way to coach, and you can't play like that. So again, I put it on me first and foremost, Matt. I got to continue to find ways, lineups, rotations, play calls, defensive game plan, whatever it is to help that group.
On that point, tonight you tried a new combination of players. Is part of helping them trying more and more combinations? Is it instilling confidence, mixing up, scheme or what you're doing? What all is involved in that?
I think everything you just mentioned. Trying different guys, right? The bottom line is we're trying to win games. When I make a substitution, it's never personal. I don't like that guy, I'm taking him out. No, I'm trying to do whatever I can do to help this team win a game. And whether if I put a guy in and he's not playing well, I have an obligation to put somebody else in the game. I'm searching for guys. I thought Christian rebounded well tonight. He was aggressive. He didn't turn down open shots. Last game I threw out D. Reed. Tonight I put Vlatko in. It was Jamal's knee, and then early in the first quarter, KCP got kneed and he was out. So all of a sudden your sub-chart and rotation's kind of all over the place. But that's my job, Adam, is to find guys that can go out there and play effectively and efficiently. And if I have to cycle through guys on the bench, so be it. It's it's all about winning games. That's what I get paid to do. It has nothing to do with whether I like you or not. This is a business, and we're going to go with the guys that can help us win. And that's what we do.
You always talk about the best brand of basketball for you guys, defend, rebound, and run. And in that stretch heading into halftime, when you are getting stops and you are running, I guess, what are you thinking when they're going in transition? Is it fun for you to watch these players put on a show, particularly Bruce and KCP and AG, the way they were throwing it up and throwing it down there in that stretch?
Yeah, I haven't looked recently, but I think fast break points per game are all season long have been really high for us. A marked difference and improvement. And that's the carrot, that's the reward, right? If you guys are willing to defend, if you're willing to shrink and give multiple effort and contest and rebound, the floor is yours. I'm not one of those guys who wants to call a play every time down the floor. I don't. This is not 1988 basketball. This is the new generation of basketball, and you have to allow your players to play to their strengths. So it is fun. Sometimes a little scary, but overall it's fun because you're allowing guys to have some freedom and creativity. And it's artistic. It's beautiful at times, and that's what you want. So it's another home win. Against a team that on paper most people said we should have blown them out. It doesn't work like that. And I know that, to Mike's earlier point, fourth quarter wasn't great, but overall this is our best defensive game in a long time. So I'm going to put that in the pipe and smoke it.